SmackDown hot takes. Let's get started with your hot takes. We got Jimbo Slice says, well, actually, first, would you mind helping me out? I produce wrestling videos daily. Every single day, you got yourself a wrestling video, and I hate my day job. So if I could make the wrestling videos into the day job, that would be swell. You can help me out by subscribing to the channel, hitting that bell, ding, 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 notification, and comments. Comments help a lot, and if at any point you get bored with the video, just let it play. Just put me on mute. All right, that helps the engagement for the almighty algorithm. Let's get going. Jimbo Slice says, Solo's delivery on the mic these past few weeks has been perfecto. I added the O. It's not easy to make reference to the late, great Bray Wyatt and stick to landing, but he's done it effortlessly. Yes, Solo Sokoa, man. He is so underrated. He is so underrated. Just this year alone, like, this dude is the guy who took over from Roman Reigns. Okay, that was last year, but he took over the bloodline from Roman Reigns. Like, I think the bloodline without Roman being its leader probably would have lasted maybe a month or two, but because Solo's so good, he was able to make it go until it needed to be, until it needed to be done, basically, for Roman to come back. And, like, So right off the bat, taking over the bloodline and still making it somewhat of a threat is impressive. But even more so is the fact that Solo has a charisma about him, a charm about him when they really let him go loose that, like, I don't really see with other people. I think Solo Sokoa, actually, as a faction leader, is hurting him. I think he needs to, pun intended, go solo. And honestly, he's one of the few people that I say, turn him face. I think he would be an amazing face. I get that we got a lot of money poured into Jey Uso already, but I think Solo's the Samoan we should be really building and hyping up. At this point, he has the tenure, and he's under 35. He's great on the mic. You even said to invoke the name of Bray Wyatt, that's a touchy subject. And yet, Solo did it in a way that pays, like, homage, respect to Bray, but while also is kind of like a dig, like a twisting of the knife to Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy. Like, great stuff. He's one of those guys that, like, no matter what, he's always in character. He's always doing something. He's always entertaining. Even when the camera is not on him, you cut to him real quick, and he's doing something. He's doing something time and time again. I see him interacting with fans, or he has this weird facial expression, or anything. Remember when he was like, "I got tickets," or "yeet" to Jey Uso last year? Like, we gotta invest in this guy. I don't care what we gotta do. Get him away from the factions. Let him go on his own. Bad guy, good guy, don't care, anything in between. Solo has it. It's time. We don't need him to hit 40 before we say, you know what, the Solo guys, we should start investing. Invest now. He's already shown that he can hold his own in the main event. Now we got to start making him that main event guy. Let's see what some other hot takes are. But yeah, Solo Sokoa, great stuff. Love that dude. Go Buggy says, I can't believe SmackDown is going to 3 hours with the same roster. We need to call up more NXT wrestlers. I agree, we need to call more up because I want some fresh blood in the shows. However, honestly, we just need more stories. We just need more stories because I already know what Triple H is going to do. We're already doing 20 to 30 minute bangers, at least like 2 to 3 of them every show. He's just going to add 2 more. Like, there will be barely any story. Don't forget, like when SmackDown was 3 hours last year or something, like, Carmelo Hayes still wasn't getting pushed. He still was not getting pushed. So this 3 hours is not going to, like, really benefit most people. Like, it just won't. The tag team division did get a bigger spotlight. I will concede there. But again, it just became banger after banger. And when everything's a banger, then nothing's a banger. Make the 30-minute matches special and give us more stories with new faces, fresh faces. And Go Buggy also says, WWE just buried Kairi Sane and Asuka because they always lose, and I think they will lose the tag team titles to Rhea and Io. I don't mind if they lose the titles to Rhea and Io, but I do mind that they lost here. Why put them in a non-title match just so they can lose? Hey, I love Lash Legend. The bougie bully, she's quickly becoming one of my faves. And Nia Jax, I like Nia Jax. I don't see why they had to beat the tag team champions. I really don't. We could have made it a triple threat with Charlotte versus Nia versus Kyrie. Like, we didn't need to let the tag team champions lose. The champions shouldn't lose non-title matches, or just don't be in them. Don't put them in there. The women's division is stacked enough. Tag teams are stacked enough that the tag champs don't need to be losing. Skywalker 3 says, Drew better start provoking Cody every week like Stone Cold and make him touch him, or this whole house fight was for nothing. And for them to not show the whole segment was dumb, especially when Cody referenced the part that was cut out. So Cody had a home invasion of Drew McIntyre yesterday, and originally they aired the whole clip on social media and they cut some out. So yes, they should have just done the whole thing. They should have done the whole thing. It was interesting. Not everybody looks at the internet, and I wouldn't mind to watch it all in its entirety again. Just cut 3 minutes off a match. No big deal. But I do agree we need to really lean into this. I want Drew McIntyre to go start smashing out the window of Cody's like tour bus. Get it really personal. Get it really personal. Have him go in and like rip up a picture of Cody's family or something. Make Cody just like so enraged, and who knows, honestly, if we're gonna actually pull the trigger, which I think they should, Drew McIntyre win the title, why not have Cody just like completely crash out? Have Drew cross the line, Cody crashes out, the belt is stripped from him, and then they have their match and Drew McIntyre wins. Drew gets the title still, but Cody's like, his passion wouldn't allow him to not sit back. Go for it. Do that. Sky Wonder Wolf says, was watching boxing because it's not predictable like WWE is now because of Triple H. Woo! Not Logan Paul. The other Paul. Jake Paul. You see that punch? Ow. Ouch. Red Dread the Red Wolf says, only watched about 4 minutes worth. The product sucks across the board. I actually liked yesterday. I don't know what it was. I actually liked it. Maybe because there was no commercials. It just went quick. I didn't get spoiled. I liked last night, even though I do recognize that almost nothing happened. It's just, I guess I was like pleasantly surprised with how quick it went, but it was kind of a fake. It was a fake quickness, because if you were watching in the United States on the USA Network, well then you would have, I probably would have gave it a 5, but I gave it a 7 because I was watching with a VPN or I was in Australia. One of those two options. So it just like, it flew by for me. The ending was lame. The double DQ ending with the Wyatts and MFTs was super lame. But Cody Rhodes, I actually really enjoyed Cody last night. Eddie Mania says, I can't give you a hot take because I will not watch WWE until it gets better. I've only been keeping up with WWE from honest channels like yours, which I enjoy. Well, thank you very much. I've said this since the beginning, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. I am never going to glaze WWE for the sake of glazing them, but I'm not going to hate WWE for the sake of hating them. I have tried to change my perspective a little in that, like, I know it's at this point, it's just like dumb of me to try to compare it to the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression Era. It's nowhere near that kind of like on your seat excitement, but I am trying to judge it within today's confines, and even still sometimes I'm just like, this sucked. Today was a good episode to me, but I fully understand. Like I said, I think I was tricked because of the no commercials. I fully understand why other people would have been like, this was a nothing show, because it was a nothing show. I just happen to enjoy it at the same time. And I'm glad you still give WWE a chance through me. I'll start telling you guys and gals who kind of shut off the product. I'll tell you when it's like, all right, guys, let's start watching again, because this is must-see TV. It's not must-see TV yet. An okay episode is not must-see TV. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We'll see after Rumble. But I will keep the lights on for you. Thank you for still watching this channel. Tiz Mickey says, when I was in the arena, this show seemed much better than it was. Watching it over, it kind of sucked. I love that. There's nothing for Jade, and why are Ilya and Mello teaming up? I hate that there's nothing for Jade. Come on, like, they did this with Tiffany also, kind of, sort of. Tiffany it was better for Tiffany, though. But it's like, once, Stephanie Fakir, it's happening to Stephanie Fakir. Once these top women get some championships, it's like, suddenly they're not treated like top women. I don't get it. Break up one tag team and give Jade some challengers, or are we just waiting for Bianca to come back? Like, I want Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania, but I don't want Jade's own to have no credible threats until WrestleMania. That it's just, WrestleMania is like 4 or 5 months away. Give Jade something to do other than wait for Bianca's return. And then we also got why are Ilya and Mello teaming up? Oh, because they respect each other so much. It's like, oh God. Let's be done with the respect, okay? Let's be done with the respect. And LOL, why did they hit at him and Miz? Yeah, I love how they're basically just laughing at us for remembering a storyline that the Miz and Mello are together. And for the love of God, how long are Damien and Aleister gonna feud? They've been feuding before SummerSlam. It's been 6 months, and what the heck is going on? Like, for real. Like, where's this going? There's no end in sight. There's no goal present. Zelina says they made Damien bend his morals. He never did. And they're saying he did. So if that was the case, then why don't you just leave him alone if you already got what you wanted? There's been fireballs, last man standing matches, and mixed matches. And we're back to just beatdowns. I don't know what's going on. This feud was never that hot to begin with for it to warrant 6 months. Ryan Sozo says, Ilya Dragunov needs to be in the Elimination Chamber. I don't need him to win, just be in it. Not only would it make it a way better match because of how good he is in the ring, but it's perfect stipulation for a man whose catchphrase is, pain shall entertain you. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, he's doing good work. Put him in the Elimination Chamber match. No problems with that at all. Maybe we get him and Gunther at some point cross paths during it. K-Wash says we need a heel manager on at least one show. We need the face that is fighting the odds. Oh, well, I mean, there's Paul Heyman on Raw, and then Kiana James technically is a heel manager too, but yeah, we need a more prominent. For some reason, Paul Heyman's getting kind of lost in the vision, but yeah, I wouldn't mind. I come from an era where there was Jimmy Hart, Slick, Bobby the Brain Heenan, so like I love me a good heel manager. Jim Cornette. Alfonso Pasha says I like the more BA heelish Cody. Yes, a watered down Stone Cold, but it was still a great thing to see, like an edgy babyface. Trust me, yeah, edgy babyface. I just want Edge. Edge, not Adam Copeland. He's in AEW. Stole that from Simon Miller. He gets it up, but yeah, I just need an edge. That's it. I just get rid of the respect. More edge. I'm glad that Cody has no respect left for Drew and just hatred, and I want that. Cody's hatred spilled over to having his talk with Nick, because in the past he would have been, Nick, I totally respect your position, but no, he said, Nick, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of you as long as I have this. So, like, yeah. Keep being a jerk, Cody, because the jerk Cody's better than I respect you, Cody. Carmichael says, I kind of miss having a heel authority figure. I don't know why, but I imagined when Nick Aldis interrupted Cody that the crowd erupted into boos. I miss a heel authority figure as well. I understand they were kind of done to death for a very, very long time, like 20 years, but it's like, it's time, oh, it's darn time. We could totally do that and just have Nick Aldis, like, he's so mad about Drew, he's so mad about Cody, he was trying to help Cody just spit in his face, basically, and so, he's like, fine, whatever, and he flips, and Drew suddenly becomes his guy. Like, do it, or Drew and Nick, they conspire against him, and the moment maybe Cody does something really, really small, like he just, you know how like you poke at someone, you're like, And Mr. Don't you make me throw fists, and you poke them in the chest. Well, what if Cody did that and Nick Aldis is like, boom, you just touched him. You touched him in an act of aggression, strips him of his title. Nick Aldis, now firmly a heel for something little like that. Him and Drew laugh. He helps Drew win. Boom. We got ourselves a heel authority figure with a heel corporate champion. Ek Yu Jibak. I totally butchered that name. I apologize. Watching Drew and Cody fight in Drew's house reminds me of Triple Fraud Brawl with Randy that took place in 2009. Yes. Not as cool because Triple H, didn't he open the door? Thunder was going on and he had a sledgehammer. Classic. And then LA Knight and AJ had a smaller one for WrestleMania 40. And then who can forget Brian Pillman with his gun. Pillman 316 on Steve Austin. Tracy Wood says, I enjoyed tonight's show. The pacing was good. I wasn't paying 100% attention because I was doing some last minute things to prepare for my Navy son to come home tomorrow, which is today. Oh, cool. Navy son. Hello. Thank you so much for your service to this country. I say that 100%. If I could, I would shake your hand. Let me shake your hand virtually. For real. Thank you. Thank you to not just you, but all the men and women who protect and serve our country. And thank you very much for that. Merry Christmas to everyone, Tracy says as well. So that is, I repeat that, Merry Christmas to everyone. But today's show was well paced. Now, to be fair, because you were distracted, maybe that's why it was so well paced. You were kind of doing other things, and you're like, okay, maybe this was a pretty good SmackDown to have on in the background. I could see that. The Real Kingy says, as always, SmackDown was boring. Okay, this person, maybe you should have did something else in the background. I really do think this company is going down the drain. With Cena gone, it really feels empty. It was empty while Cena was here too. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's kind of like what I said earlier. It's just a different company. I don't like the fact that it's not like that fast-paced neck break storytelling of the Ruthless Aggression or the Attitude Era, and I'm trying to come to terms with it, but I don't know. It's definitely a product that I still want to watch, but at the same time, it's like I long for the days of just that awesome storytelling of yesteryear. Nicholas Getling says, Aldis Drew Alliance. Yeah, I talked about it earlier. That'd be sweet. FMJ, he's a cool wrestler, arguably one of the most entertaining, but can we do something about Ilya's Titantron? I wish they all had Titantron things, like video packages that were kind of like a movie trailer of the wrestler on the Titantron. That's definitely something that I missed. Those were so good. A really good Titantron package, even for a jobber, and awesome music. That went a long way in getting a character over. Teddy Boy Ward. Unlike if John was here tonight, where you would see a sea of Cena shirts. I like that. I noticed literally nobody had WWE wrestling shirts on. Not even a few Yeets. Well, when tickets cost an arm and a leg, it's like, who can afford it in today's economy other than, I don't know, Triple H and his pals. TTJC says, if they're going to keep having Kairi take pins, then they need to at least use it to further the story. Having Asuka be her sensei and punish her, training her hard. Use the loss. Don't just let it keep happening. That's actually perfect. That's what I'm talking about right there, TTJC. Don't just have a match, have a story with the match. So Kairi lost last night. Fine, whatever. Let's now have Asuka on Raw, a vignette. You know how Natalia was training Maxine Dupree? Let's have a really uncomfortable punishment training session on Asuka training her pupil Kairi for losing. Yeah, that's good stuff right there, TTJC, because then it makes sense why you jobbed out your champion, because that then allows Asuka to be a bigger jerk. Boom. I love that. Mike Hoax Big says, not such a hot take. SmackDown has 0 main eventers besides Cody and Drew. Unfortunately, you're right. Daniel Kinser, Cody's promo is a little too late. If you ask me, Drew having the title would be way more entertaining at this point. It is too late, but at the same time, like if we just started doing this from now on, I would settle for that. But I want Drew to win. Yes, Drew would be more entertaining. Pyrus Doc says, "Why is the women's tag team champion not for the titles?" Yeah, I don't know. It was stupid. But if we did what TTJC said and made it part of the storyline, I'd fine, good. Dashy Negan says, Ilya Dragunov needs to be in the main event picture. He's the only highlight of SmackDown. The whole women's stuff sucks, and the main event was dreadful. I don't agree with your whole statement, but yeah, why not bump Ilya to the main event? I mean, yeah, that would be kind of cool to see Ilya versus Cody going into Royal Rumble, or Ilya versus Drew. If Drew wins, that would be even better. And Ilya doesn't have to win the title, but he can at least be in that main event conversation. T.O. Jones says, "Crap down." Kid Wilkes, I missed the show due to illness, but every time I look up SmackDown, I find next week's stuff. I'll hold any take to find. Yeah, right now, there are spoilers everywhere. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't. I think Raw and SmackDown are already done, and so, like, you gotta stay off all social media if you don't want spoilers. Thank you, Kid Wilkes, for not saying anything. Long Neck. Yeah, I was, and still a Cody crybaby, but Cody went in hard tonight. I was a Cody crybaby. I still consider myself a Cody fan, though most people think I'm not a Cody fan. But last night, definitely loved it. Cody made me proud yesterday. Another boring episode, says Roger Murray. I thought it was fine, but I think it was because there was no commercials. And finally, we got Rania Designs. I need more Chelsea Green. She's been underutilized. She is so freaking talented. You are absolutely right. She is so underutilized. I need more of her facing, not heels. Don't put her against heels. Chelsea Green's the heel that needs to always just be on the short end of the stick. And to win by, like, I don't know, just funny, nefarious, just obnoxious ways. She is just a joy. She understands the assignment. Chelsea Green should be, like, she should be on the TV every week. Honest to God, she should be on TV every week. I don't know why. And then I also glad to see Carmelo making the winning pin. Yeah, I'm finally we're doing something with Carmelo. I know, Chop, you didn't want his entrance to be last, but I was all for it. Let's push Carmelo and Chelsea more. Yeah, so what she's saying about on the live stream, I was like, why is Carmelo Hayes the last person in? I understand it's like we're trying to make him a big deal, but I'm very much a proponent of the champion is last. I don't care who it is. So the intention was in the right place, putting Carmelo last, because it's supposed to be the big deal is last. But I'm just an old school kind of guy in that I would have rathered Carmelo come out first and then Ilya comes out, because he would be the champion. Now, in a perfect world, Carmelo would be the champion, so Ilya would come out first and Carmelo as champ would come out last. But I agree, push Chelsea, push Carmelo to the moon, and there you have it, boys and girls. Those are your hot takes for SmackDown. Appreciate ya. Bye.